Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Matt's Guns. Today we are playing with the Ruger-57. What we're pretty much going to do is a field trip and then show you where to oil it and put it back together and stuff like that. For you those at home who already have one or thinking about buying one, well, you're going to be ahead of the game. So let's go and get field stripping. It's not going to take long. If you have a brand new gun, we're going to work on. I'm going to show you if you got one that's just brand new, has been oiled, and you need to oil it before you shoot it. This is a good video to watch as well while we take down your gun. Now, what we're going to want to do is make sure it's cleared. Drop the bag, whack it back. Chamber is cleared. Now, what we're going to want to mess with is this lever. We're going to want to pull down. But as you see, because it's having a hard time pulling down. Now, the reason why I'm having a hard time pulling it down is because the firearm is still very, very new. So what you want to do is take a small punch, come up right behind here where the push pin is. You'll be lined up right with it. And what you're going to want to do is push. Not a whole hard lot. You don't want to push it all the way through, just enough to get to pop out and to turn down, to push down. Once we do that, we're going to pull down the slide release, pull, push it forward just slightly, and lift straight up. That is right. You're just going to let it release, push it just slightly forward, and lift up is what we're going to do. And all you're going to do is take out your recoil spring and your barrel, and you are all good. Now this one's already clean. I already took care of it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to oil it, and I'm going to show you where I oil it. But what I like to do first is a Q-tip. Don't want to over oil it. You really don't want to over oil your firearm. If you over oil it, nothing bad's going to happen. It's just a lot of liquid's going to spit out at you. So what I'll do here is get my little oil going on here. I'm going to come down here where the spring is at. I'm just going to touch it a little bit with the spring. I'm going to get the slide, of course, on these slides where the railing of the firearm is, because that's where the upper slide smoothly goes up on. Just a little bit here. And then I'm going to do the upper slide as well. Where you want to get is in your grooves, because that's where you're going to have the most friction. The reason why I'll saturate a Q-tip is the Q-tip's going to hold it, all the liquid. You're not going to have a whole lot of liquid on there, just enough like it's supposed to. And it's not going to soak it up. That's why I love Q-tips. Alrighty, and I do like to do a little bit in the center, right up in here. Now the firing pin will be a little bit exposed with the spring. Just put a small drop. You don't need a whole lot, just a small drop there. That's fine. Just a drop of it, because it is a spring, it's a piece of metal. And just take your little punch here and just push the firing pin a little bit. Get it moved around some. There we go. Good. Now, here's Q-tip here. I am going to do the barrel. Now, when people are wondering, like, well, why do you move the barrel as well? As you can see, I already started to have the discoloration, I believe. Let me get a little bit more light in here for you. See how it's all extremely black right here, but you start to see a little bit more of a discoloration up in here, because that's a lot of friction from the barrel and the gun. Because remember, it's still hitting right here, left and right. So what you're going to want to do is you are going to want to lube up your barrel a little bit. Not a whole lot. I don't need a whole lot to lube it up. And I don't go all the way out. I leave about a good quarter. I go about, leave a good quarter of the way out of it. Right here, just about there. So you have a good, right here you want to keep dry, and the rest you could go ahead and lube up. Now we have that all lubed up. Put it right back in place. This is where it does get a little bit tricky, because you are going to have to play with the barrel a little bit when we put it back together. Get our recoil spring back in there. Then what you're going to want to do is line up these holes with right up in here. And then you're going to see right up in here, these little tracks are where we might have to move the barrel because it locks up in here. As you see how it does come up. So let's go ahead and get this back on. So just drop it in like so. Pull it back in the charging position. Hold on. Make sure you have your slide up. Now see how it's going on easy with no problem? If you're having that issue to where it's not going up or in the lock position, you might need to push your barrel back a little bit in order for it to go in the lock position. Lock it in place. Move the oil around and check it. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you field strip and re-oil your Ruger-57. Now please do take the time if you buy a new one to take your gun apart and oil it. A lot of manufacturers no longer send a gun oiled to where you can go pull out of the box and start shooting it. Most of those days are gone now. Now you literally buy a gun, it comes completely dry, and then you need to oil it yourself. Which me personally, I like for that to happen because that makes you as an individual to know your firearm. I believe everybody should always know their firearm. Well, this is Matt from Matt's Guns. Hope you all enjoyed. A little quick shout out to our sponsor at samsguns.com. That is right, ladies and gentlemen, samsguns.com. Thank you very much, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I hope it was educational for you. Take care now. Bye-bye now.